How's it going, everyone? Is David back with Crypto Review. This week we've had a lot of activity, and let me tell you, you can see by this chart, we've had a lot of sideways movement right here, a lot of Bitcoin's going down, Bitcoin's going to the moon. So let's just look into it as in our technical analysis. So right here we see a double bottom form, and we spiked up, and it almost looks like we're doing like a little cup and handle. We're forming a little handle right here. I do believe that Bitcoin will continue to grow. If not, it will be bouncing off of this support line that we have right here. Besides that, I don't have any real tops of where it might hit. We could see, actually, if I'm going to say any price, I'm going to put 7,000. But that's just my personal opinion, along with everything else that we're going to talk about today. It's just a personal opinion, not financial advice. So with 7,000 at our price target, I mean, we could start seeing how this graph is starting to slow down in a lot of ways. We have a lot of resistance here. Just these two run-ups that we've recently had. It's about time that, Steam cools off and all this will starts transferring onto altcoins, which is what I think is going to happen very soon, probably by the end of this year. Let's get into Ethereum Bitcoin. Let's let this load up. All right, so looking at the 13 EMA here, we do see a crossing of the trend above it, and we've seen it bounce 3 times already, which is very good support. On top of that, bouncing off of the support line, we could start seeing heading towards this resistance, where I do feel that we will bounce off of it and probably continue to ride this support line. As of right now, it looks like we're in the accumulation. We just started the accumulation phase, and we'll pan out into the distribution later up in here. Overall, at some point next year, we could see a cup and handle. Moving on to Monero. Now, I'm not sure if we covered this last week, and I'm too lazy to actually check. But I recently went to a crypto meetup in Manhattan last week, and a lot of interesting things were said about Monero. Monero is being one of these anonymous coins that allows its users to buy and sell things anonymously without being tracked or revealing any of their wallet's amount. It's a really good coin with really good purpose, and I feel like in probably a couple more years, this is going to be adopted heavily, since it's already being adopted in our dark markets. I mean, it's obvious why it's being used in our dark markets, but that's where everything is kind of born in a sense. Bitcoin was brought up because of the dark net and its usage on there, even though it has good technology for better use. I see the same thing happening with Monero, and I feel like Bitcoin will have a lot of problems in the long run where Monero is going to be able to solve them and work more efficiently through them, and people will eventually transfer over to just using that. So as you can see right here, we've held support off of this line, and we have this descending trend line. I feel like we're going to work our way up here and bounce. If we don't break this, I feel like we will touch down onto this trend line. As of right now, all this activity that we see right here has put a good fight against Bitcoin and its rally ups, where a lot of other coins have taken a beating. Monero has kept its support and has stayed strong within between that activity. So a lot of optimistic views on Monero. Keep an eye on it. It's a really good coin to have in your arsenal. Moving on to Ripple. So here we have Ripple. Last week we talked about how they had a conference and it pumped up the prices just to get dumped. People weren't surprised of what they had to offer at the conference. At the same time, Stellar Lumens rose, I think, like 90% within that time. So people were just dropping their Ripple in order to buy up Lumens, which is completely fine. I still have I still have faith in my holdings with Ripple. Like I said last week, I'm comparing my chart to this right here. I mean, patterns repeat themselves, history repeats itself, and we can see stabilization right here. I mean, Ripple is known for doing pumps just like this all the time, so that's exactly what we're waiting. And it's just it's a waiting game as of right now. There's no real telling. Nobody knows when this thing is going to go up or if it's going to continue to drop down, which I don't feel like it is. We could see right here that we had a drop down to 2,000, pretty much 2,000 Satoshis, where it just immediately bounced back up and continue its growth right here. So keep your eyes peeled out for Ripple. It's still doing what it needs to do. It's acting like it's respecting its trend lines. And those who wait will be rewarded. Next, we got Litecoin. So Litecoin has been stabilizing out right here in the 900,000 Satoshi mark, which is the $56 line, and it's been here for quite some time, and it seems to really like this area. So we could see that Litecoin has chosen a support area where it will stay at, even though we do have a head and shoulders here. If we don't break down, we could be seeing a reversal pretty soon. Hopefully being able to see triple digit numbers with this again. And to end this review, let's talk about NEO. So NEO has been doing a lot of activity, as you can see, but overall, it's still following the trend pattern that we've been saying, which is right down here, how this coin ends up, the trend goes down here, and we eventually break out. So I'm seeing that with NEO. We're still on the right path into the buy zone area. We just need to hold still and be patient, and we will be rewarded with this trend reversal right here, and then hopefully another big run up looking towards the triple digit numbers. I think it's very possible, so let's all be optimistic. Don't overtrade, eat healthy, run, exercise, do all that stuff. Every trader needs to be well alerted, and all of those things are essential if you're going to be day trading crypto every day. Other than that, we'll jump back into this stuff next week. If you have any coins that you want me to look at, comment them down below. I'll chart them out and I'll give you my honest opinion on them. Other than that, I'll see you next week.